Hi everyone, I'm Krista McNamara, Managing Editor of ABRN Magazine. I'm here today with Nick Notte. He's the Board President of the National Auto Body Council, also known as NABC. They work in the collision repair industry to help develop community-based charity initiatives. And Nick's going to talk with us a little bit today about the organization and some of their signature programs, and also how you in the industry can get involved and give back. So Nick, thanks so much for being here with us today. We really appreciate your time.
My pleasure. Nice to be here.
And NABC membership has really seen some strong growth in 2014. Can you tell us what do you think is behind the growth this year?
Yeah, sure, Krista. You know, we have a couple of things that I attribute to that growth. The first is the relationship with the industry that our board members have. We have an extremely broad base of board members from the entire, I'll say the inter-industry, collision repair industry, suppliers, insurance industry. The relationships we have are second to none, I believe. We have a great group on the board, and they're able to convey the value proposition to those stakeholders in the industry. That's number one. The second point really is our membership committee. It's chaired by John Ferris at Enterprise. And Jeff Peavy at ICAR. Those two have assembled a group that really gets the message out to the industry. We follow up to past members who may not know that their membership has lapsed. But more so, they blaze a trail with some new members, whether they be collision repairers, insurance companies, providers of paint materials. But really, those two and the committee don't rest until all the stones have been turned over. They really have. One of the other things that I'll mention is that the value proposition that we have out there as an organization, I like to say that we're kind of a neutral organization, maybe more so than others in the industry. Politics at the NABC really are not played. It's all about the industry and promoting the goodness that happens in the industry and how good our industry is. If you take a look at our vision is that the automotive collision repair industry is valued and a respected industry. I mean, that's our vision for our industry. Very simple, and our mission is to identify, develop, and implement community-based initiatives that promote a positive image for your business, meaning a member's business, and our industry. So value proposition around supporting an organization like that really is strong. The membership team now is focused on the values of the National Auto Body Council. And I think the values that we have at the NABC are the values that independent collision repairers have, the MSO group has, and all the folks that support our industry. So why wouldn't you want to support an industry like that or an organization like the NABC? We like to say, and the membership committee is very fast to say that, if you really make a living in this industry, you really should support the National Auto Body Council.
Mm-hmm. Well, you talked about by giving back, we help to create a positive image for the industry. What are some of the other benefits that people can gain when they participate in NABC programs?
The giving back piece is huge. Obviously, the Recycle Rides initiative is our premier initiative. And if you've ever been to one, if you've ever participated in one, or if you've ever just been in the audience, you really see that what we do there as an industry, I'll say an inter-industry, because Recycle Rides is made up of collision repairers, insurance companies, parts providers, paint providers. But what happens there is really a change in life, whether it be for an individual, a family, whether it be for the underserved or the military returning back, trying to mainstream again, giving away the gift of transportation, and like we like to say, freedom changes their life. And when you're in the audience and you see that and you feel it, you're bitten by it, and you have to get involved. As a new member of the National Auto Body Council and a member of the board of directors, the first Recycle Rides gifting I participated in had me hooked. And at the end of the season, the president, George Avery, asked who would like to chair Recycle Rides, and it's a huge initiative. It's almost another full-time job. I had to raise my hand. I couldn't not do it, and I did it for a couple of years. It was one of the most rewarding things that I've done. So if you look at things like that, if you look at things like the distracted driving initiative that we have, where we raise the awareness of distractions while driving among youngsters, people just with a new license, or people that ride with people that just have gotten a license, and what could happen, the tragedies that happen. If you look at that, again, we're changing lives. We're hoping that we prevent the loss of life by doing that. And we've actually been to Skills USA several years now. In conjunction with AT&T, they have a distracted driving module where you actually sit in the module, drive a car, and feel the impacts of distractions on you as you're driving. Very impactful. I believe we had over 1,000 youngsters sign a petition that they would not be distracted while driving at this past year's Skills USA organization group. Very impactful.
Now, going back to recycled rides for a minute, can you tell us a little bit about the number of vehicles? How many vehicles have been donated since the program's inception, and then what are the goals for this year?
Yeah, I'd love to talk about that. The inception of the program started with a couple people. I think it was Mike Quinn and Karen Fierst heading up Recycle Rides. I want to say the first year they gave away 2 or 3 vehicles. Last year we gave away right around 200 vehicles, and this year we'll give away 300. That's our goal. And collectively over the past several years, we've given away almost 1,000 vehicles. So if you take a look at that, what that does to our communities, for our communities, and for those people in need of transportation, we believe that there is no doubt that our communities have to stand up and take notice of the collision industry. What we do there is phenomenal. I'll say also what we do for our members in highlighting their businesses and allowing them to promote their businesses in their communities. This initiative is second to none. It really, really is. As much as we change the lives of the people who receive the vehicles, I think we change the lives of the people involved in donating those vehicles. And highlighting the craftsmanship that exists in our industry and the generosity from insurers who donate these cars, and the parts providers and paint suppliers that provide resources to make these cars like new. It really, I love to talk about it. It really makes you kind of warm and fuzzy.
So how does a collision repairer get involved with recycled rides?
It's very simple. They could come to the National Auto Body Council website. It's www.nationalautobodycouncil.org, and look under membership and join as a member. There are several different ways that you can become a member of the National Auto Body Council. And while you join, there actually is a page there that asks you if you're interested in any of our initiatives. Once a new member or prospective member checks off Recycle Rides, it goes to our Recycle Rides coordinator, and we'll contact them and get them involved. They'll get a manual that actually walks through the whole process, and we have that resource there for them to call on if they need help with Recycle Rides.
So now you touched on obviously Recycled Rides and then the Distracted Driving Initiative. What other community service programs are available through NABC?
We have one that really is dramatic. We call it the First Responders Emergency Extrication Program. And basically we take cars that are donated very generously by insurance companies that are very recent cars, recent model years. So they have the latest in technology, the latest in metals, materials that make up those vehicles, and we allow first responders to come on the scene and cut those cars up and get into those vehicles so that they're able to understand how to attack those vehicles to get the occupants out when there's an emergency. Much more so than maybe going to a salvage yard and looking at old technology, working with cars that maybe don't have airbags, and they're not in jeopardy of being hurt, or the occupant of the vehicle might not be hurt if there were no airbag. Technology has exploded in the industry, and we want to make sure those first responders are, number one, protected as they face an emergency situation, and number two, are able to get the occupants out as quickly as possible to save even more lives.
Mm-hmm. NABC is going to be at the Nascent Cars Expo next week in Detroit on July 30th through August 2nd. Can you tell us a little bit about what you have planned for the event?
Yeah, we do. We will have members of the board of directors at our booth, and the booth number, I just happen to have that here with me somewhere. I'll get that in a minute, but we'll have members of the board manning the booth to talk about the National Auto Body Council. We'll have the ability for folks to sign up as members, new members for the NABC. We'll also have Recycle Rides donations on Thursday and Friday. On Thursday, there'll be a 2 o'clock Recycle Rides donation. Hats off to Service King, who donated the restored vehicle, who restored the vehicle, an Allstate Insurance Company who donated the vehicle. That's going to the Michigan Veterans Foundation, a very worthy cause. We have another vehicle donated by Collision Craftsman, and that's donated by the Hertz Corporation. And the charity is 1-800-CHARITY-CARS, who we work with through Recycle Rides. They really help us out with the titling of those vehicles so that the donors don't have to go through as much red tape when they get those vehicles. So that's on Thursday. Thursday morning, we'll have a First Responders Emergency Extrication event at 10 o'clock at the booth. And that booth is 17043. So if you're on the floor at NACE, come by the booth. On Friday morning, we'll have a Recycle Rides gifting at 11 o'clock. And the repairer will be Butler's Collision for our first vehicle, the vehicle donated by Geico. The second vehicle also will be repaired by Butler's Collision, and that is a vehicle donated by the Insurance Auto Auctions. And both of those will go to the Family Promise Organization. The National Auto Body Council has had a long relationship with Family Promise, and they do a great job of getting homeless folks back into the mainstream, and the gift of transportation is one of the means to get those people back into regular life. And then at 2 o'clock on Friday afternoon, we'll have a First Responders Extrication, emergency extrication event. We'll have 2 vehicles at that one donated by State Farm. So hopefully everybody out there that might see this before then will get out to the NABC booth and see some lives being changed. We look forward to seeing you there.
Well, great. Thank you so much for your time today, Nick. We really appreciate you telling us about the National Auto Body Council and how the industry can get involved. Anyone interested in more information about NABC or any of their community-based initiatives can visit their website at nationalautobodycouncil.org. Again, that's nationalautobodycouncil.org. Thanks, and have a great day.
All right, Krista. Thanks very much.